Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Bulldog Weekly. I'm your host, Aiden.
And I'm Danielle.
In this week's episode, you will learn some sign language, watch Rachel follow a Bob Ross painting, discover some cool things about photography, listen to a quarantine playlist, and see a couple more messages from seniors.
Let's jump right in and learn some sign language with Brianna and Cece.
Hi, my name is Brianna.
Hi everyone, my name is Cece. Today we're going to be teaching house signs. So the first sign is room. It's just like this, room. The next sign is living room. So we do two L's, living room. The next sign is kitchen. So we're going to do the sign for cook and then room. So kitchen. The next sign is bedroom. We do sleep. And then room, bedroom. And the last sign is bathroom. We do the letter T and we shake it for bathroom.
The next sign is bed. So you just put your two hands together and then pretend like you're sleeping. So bed. The next sign is couch. So first you do the sign for chair, which is two H's, and then you tap them together and then you pull it out like this. So chair and then couch. The next sign is TV, which is very easy because you just finger spell it. It's just T and then V, so it's TV. The next sign is shower, so you just take one hand like this and you pretend like the water is coming down on you. So shower. And the next sign is sink. So basically you take your hands like this and you make the shape of the sink, and then you go like this, like you're turning the faucets. So
we hope that everyone is staying safe during these times, and we want to thank everyone for watching. Bye.
Thank you, guys.
Next up, we have Rachel with a fun segment. She will be following a Bob Ross video. Let's see how she does.
Everybody, welcome to this week's episode of Bulldog Weekly. I'm Rachel. How you doing? We're on week 5, I think, of the quarantine, so I hope you all are well. I'm gonna paint a Bob Ross painting today. So that's something I've wanted to do for a while, but I haven't. I'm one of those people who actually enjoys painting. I don't just do this for comedic reasons. Like, I actually do it for fun. I have my colors, and if you watch the video, he runs them across the screen at the beginning, what colors I have, and I don't have exactly the colors that he has. Apparently there are different shades of black. That's really strange. I'm pretty much using the same colors. They might be a little bit different. I'm painting his piece in the midst of winter. It's season 31, episode 12. Holy crap. It's been on longer than The Simpsons. Has he? That might not be true. Let's get right into it. So the first difference already is that he covers his canvases in like a thin coat of liquid white.
Liquid white, that's all.
It's supposed to make blending like the paint easier, but I don't have enough liquid white to like put it all over the canvas and then still have some left. So, you know, we're just gonna improvise. We gotta use what we got. So there's nothing on this yet. So I'm just going right into it with paint. All right, folks, well, we're off to a start. I don't know if I'd call it a great start. I tried my best. So this is my sky. His looks better, obviously, but because I didn't put like white paint on the canvas beforehand, it was harder to blend. Also, I don't have a really big, like a brush big enough to do the sky like how he does, but what I did, I like watered down the paint, and then I like kind of blended it in with like a paper towel, and it kind of looks good. Like, you know, like I'm gonna watch the next part, see what I'm gonna screw up this time. I painted like this background, like the sky, and like the snow or the water or whatever he said it was gonna be. I don't really think he knows yet. I think it's snow. I looked at the thumbnail, so spoiler alert. There's a lot of happy accidents going on right here, as you can see.
We don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents.
There is no such thing as a mistake in art. Mine doesn't look like that. Why doesn't mine look like that? I don't have a fan brush. So this is like the first pine tree I did. It's fine. I think I'm just gonna do 4 and then stop because I'm lazy. He did say that I could do as many trees as I wanted to, so I think this is it. He's like straight up making a house right now, and I didn't realize that. He has like a knife tool that he uses, which I think I already mentioned. I don't have one of those, but what I do have is this empty tube of paint, and I can use like the back of it because that's kind of like the material he's using. So I'm gonna try that, see what happens. Okay, well no, but at least we tried, so now we know that doesn't work. I stopped enjoying myself a long time ago, in case you were wondering. So, I just finished painting the barn, I hope. I think that's it. This is what it looks like. I'm satisfied with it. I hope you are. Basically what I'm trying to say is it's too late for this. Okay, well, this is not the entire Bob Ross video, so I assume there's more to the painting, but this is not all I'm going to do. I'm gonna add my own little twist on it because I don't want to do this anymore.
Open up, you OPN, bitch, you won't baby, we should be closer than friends, if you OPN, engaging you's on my agenda, request my chariot to get ya.
I've painted Greg Heffley from Diary of a Wimpy Kid. He's really big in comparison to the barn. So it's either a really small barn or a really big Greg Heffley. Sorry, this video went off the rails. I don't have a lot of patience today, and I think that's why I kind of stopped halfway. I always watch these videos and I'm like, I think I could do that. But it's a lot harder than it looks. You'd be surprised. Like, he makes it look super easy, and it's so not. So I hope you enjoyed my segment, and I hope you have a good rest of your week. See you guys.
What a masterpiece. Great job, Rachel.
For our next segment, we will check in with our fellow host, Margaret.
This week, she's going to show us how we can become photographers with some cool tips and tricks. Let's check it out.
Hey guys. Alright, so today I'm going to teach you a little about photography, but photography on your phone. Alright, so I'm going to climb the roof, and I'm going to bring my mirror up here, so you can watch us.
Picture on the wall. I still have the night.
So I'm on the roof, as you can tell. That's my mirror that I'm gonna use. This back down. This is kind of scary because I have it at an angle. Using our phones to do this, as I have my camera here. This is my camera. This is my phone. We're gonna do shots like that. So we open our camera up, it'll go like that. The portrait mode, yes, but I don't think I'm going to use portrait in this setting. This is the portrait mode that I would usually be using it in, just like a normal selfie that you want to use, and these are the different types of things that you can look at. I recommend just kind of exploring with it. With the portrait. Yeah. So there are a few tricks on your phone, which I will screenshot and show you. So when you're looking at an image, if you want to focus on something and make it brighter, there is a sun, and you can change the brightness, or it's technically the ISO, it's not really the brightness. This is the ISO on an iPhone. The less light comes in, the lower you go, and more light comes into the lens, the higher you go. It also is a focusing tool. So yeah, now I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do.
You dancing at the show tonight. I stood in the back, and I think that we both know Did it hurt when I kicked you to the curb? Now I'm
At the bottom of the screen, only in portrait mode, can you change the f-stop/the aperture of a photo. The f-stop/the aperture changes what light in the focuses that it's coming in on. So you can see the background is more blurry than the foreground, which is me, I'm the subject.
speak to her. Wish I would've kept my word.
So these are just some of the examples that I took today. iMovie kind of does this thing where it like just crops it really weird, but I didn't edit any of these. These are just the ones that I took today. I'm not super happy with them, but I was at a slant on a roof. But I really like the concept of this, and I recommend you trying it. And just using your phone. Just to take the photos, play with the ISO, and with the f-stop on the portrait mode. There's so much you can do. For watching, guys. Have fun exploring. The song that you were listening to was Maple Syrup by the Backseat Lovers.
That's super cool. I'll have to try them out.
Hey Danielle, do you like listening to music?
Yes, Aiden. In fact, I just made a quarantine playlist. Let's go take a look. Okay, so I made a little playlist of songs if you want to listen to it. So here we go. This one is my personal favorite. Highly recommend it. Just think you should give it a go.
The magic dragon lived by the sea.
Alright, so I'll just show you a little snippet of each song.
You talk about how you never heard of that one band that I always talked about. 'Cause I got nowhere else to be, so I stay inside. Darling, we got stories left to be told. Let's keep it going. Don't wanna miss a chance to memorize all your body, all your mind. Every half second heartbeat feeling, every truck bed, starlit ceiling, drink it in. Won't you smile for me? It's been way too long since I felt a thing, and it's so take me on tonight, girl. All I need is I'm ready. It's so special back in the beginning. I can be responsible for you. You're making it impossible for me. Think you're saying things I wanna hear. Then go with her. And now the water is rising, and I'm too tired to swim. And my lungs just can't take it, but I keep breathing you in. So honest, 'cause I'm so numb inside. Your love used to like those shows and Adidas shoes. 'Cause I've learned to enjoy the little things. And right now I think you'd be good with me. Let's take on the night just. I know you love to forget. We used to give each other nicknames. Now we can't even be out in the same place. I wasn't gonna stay, but can we just.
Alright, just a warning. You gotta watch out for the next one, because it, explicit.
Action. I just stick to fashion. Look at the chain reaction. That's the best distraction. How you lose control like that? I wish you remember what you on my time. You know that I hate this place, but if you wanna stay, I make plans to go. I built this boat to land. You chose to move too fast. A storm has. I'll be there for you. I'll be there for you. We came way too far from where we were. We can't turn back. You can call me Stacy. You can call me love. You can call me baby. All of the above. You can call me. And change the zip code. I wish that I didn't try to go cash out the thrift store. I wish that I didn't have to take off all these rip clothes. I wish that I never, ever, ever let the fifth pour. Now I'm singing. Tide gonna reach my chair. Sunrise, there's a fire in the sky. Never been so happy, never felt so high. It's only two, just me and you. Not so many things we got to do, but places we got to be. We'll sit beneath the mango tree. No, I need nothing more than you to come back home. To come back home. Sat around till the break of dawn, howling and singing our favorite song. Never gonna go. Everything is down in the dark. We can. Oh, when I was faded, I saw your mom at the mall, and she said I should move on because her baby moved on. But my life sucks a little when you're shot.
Alrighty, so there are some songs for you. Hope you enjoyed it.
Wow, Danielle, great choices. I'll definitely listen to the songs while in quarantine.
Thanks, Aiden.
Our last segment is a bonus segment. Here are a couple more seniors talking about their experience with everything happening with the coronavirus.
Oh, didn't see you there. My apologies. I was just catching up on some gaming. I've been asked by the good people at ORCTV to answer a few questions about how this coronavirus quarantine is impacting me in my senior year. So, let's get started. Our first question is, how do you feel about not being in school and why? Well, there's only one answer to that question. Yes! Let's go! Woo! Yes! It's lit! Turn it up! Are you ready? Let's go! Let's go! You know, I really miss school. I miss seeing my friends, my teachers, and all the social aspects, the clubs, everything like that. Do I miss anything else? No, honestly, not really. We have some online enrichment that we've been able to do. Now we have our online classes, our Google Hangouts. Those are all right. Honestly, it's got me in a very melancholic feeling. I'm content with being at my house to a certain degree, but seeing people, well, the lack of seeing people for this long a time, it's getting a bit ridiculous if you ask me. But I mean, hey, we gotta stick through this. Stronger. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Stronger together, I guess. Stronger apart from 6 feet apart from one another. If you social distance, you're strong. I don't know. You're stronger alone, not being with somebody. I really have nothing else to say. I do miss. I like school, but I mean, you know, just a little bit of time off couldn't hurt. But under these circumstances, it's wacky. It's unfortunate. Hey, ORCTV world, we're on to the next question. So the next question reads as follows. What senior events were you looking forward to, and how has the pandemic affected those for you? Well, I was looking forward to basically the same stuff everybody else is looking for. I was looking forward to graduation. I was looking forward to prom. I was looking forward to the senior lunch banquet. I don't know what they call it, but on the last day of seniors being at school, that was going to be fun. Senior awards night. I've heard it's a grueling experience, but I personally have always wondered what goes on because I have no memory of ever being there, even though apparently I was 1 year with the band. But I mean, I don't know. I was looking forward to those. They haven't been, some of them haven't been canceled, but their future, it's up in the air. Much like with everything. We don't know what's going on with anything right now. So it's upsetting to see. It's got me a little, I wouldn't say too worried. I mean, If they happen, they happen. If they don't, it's unfortunate. But hey, that's just how it is. It is what it is, as they say. But I mean, I hope we can find a future where as many senior events happen as they can. But there's a lot of factors that we as individuals can't really control necessarily. There's a wider scale to solving the whole issue. So I mean, all we can do is do our part and then see what happens. The final question I'll be answering comes to me from Aiden Root of ORC TV, the same place all of the questions I've answered come from. The question reads, how do these changes, if any, affect your experience as a high school senior? The answer is, they do. They do heavily impact my experience as a high school senior because they took a lot of those experiences away from me. That's all I really have to say. The class of 2020 is getting robbed. It sucks and it's unfortunate. I really feel bad for us. Do I feel sorry for myself? I mean, I won't say that I do. I do a little bit. It really is an unfortunate time, but I mean, it's unprecedented things that are happening that we're seeing globally. So I really can't get too up in arms about it. Anyway, that was the final question. Thank you, Aiden Root of ORC TV, for reaching out to me to do this interview, which I enjoyed. Thank you, ORC TV, for all of your hard work. I love you. Thank you for giving us content in these trying times. Peace out.
Hi, my name is Rue, and senior year has been kind of an interesting ride. For most of it's pretty normal, doing all that college stuff, whatnot. But I think ever since the whole outbreak, everything kind of changed. And I guess it doesn't affect us seniors that much, but all the AP exams are kind of weird now. I kind of miss physical classes, being able to actually do actual stuff and not just on computers. Kind of sucks that we're losing a lot of stuff, like our last show and a lot of other events that were kind of cut off because of the whole outbreak and quarantine. Realistically, I don't really think we're going to go back to school in May, but I'm kind of preparing myself for that. And definitely I'm going to miss seeing everyone before I graduate and go off to college. So that's a big thing, but realistically, I don't see us going back anytime soon. So kind of been preparing myself for that, and I'll be off to college.
So not being able to go back to school has definitely been something hard for, I think, everyone to take in. Knowing that, our last day of school technically was a couple weeks ago. And for seniors, I think it has been really hard because these were kind of our last few months of, being high schoolers and being able to walk down the hallways and seeing your friends every single day. So it's definitely been, I think, hard and definitely disappointing for a lot of people. Looking back, I think we all took school kind of for granted, and it was definitely something that, we thought we could live without, but I think once that was taken away from us, I think we realized how much we actually enjoyed school, even though we would complain about it all the time. I know that the majority of the times when I was at school, I was complaining about schoolwork, or just not wanting to be there. But now that I physically cannot be there, I want to go back there, because that was kind of the time that we could interact with people and say hi to our friends and just be together. So I think that was definitely something that was sad when it was kind of ripped away from us. It's great though that we could continue our education by using online sources and things like that. A lot of kids, I feel don't have that and kind of just live without an education. I think now I definitely appreciate education and school a lot more, because it's just like, it's an important thing for everyone, and physically being able to go to school is kind of like a luxury now, I think, and it's definitely something that we all took for granted. I think right now I would definitely not complain about waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning to go to school, because I kind of want that. I kind of want that back, and I would want it more than ever. Also, just being seniors and having this being our last few months of school, I think it was definitely something that we all looked forward to as freshmen when we first entered into high school. I think everyone's goal or dream, they're like, oh, I want to be a senior, and the last few months of being high schoolers kind of have been taken away from us. It's great though that we have this technology where we can all keep in contact, but definitely being able to see your friends and hug your friends and things like that is definitely missed, I think, by everyone. And just having that routine of waking up in the morning and having a schedule to follow, is definitely something that I think I definitely took for granted, and something that I would definitely want back.
Teachers and students, if you would like to have something filmed and shown on Bulldog Weekly, let us know at the ORC TV station.
Be sure to check out our Vimeo channel for everything we film here at ORC TV. We film sports, games, town meetings, school events, and so much more.
That wraps up this week's episode of Bulldog Weekly. Until next time, I'm Danielle.
And I'm Aiden. And
this is Bulldog Weekly.